Well, there has been a few days of wet weather and we finally got back out into a sunny day, and I have a plan of what I'm going to do with the doors finally. I am going to double skin them. It's probably easy if I just show you, and especially if you haven't been here before, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. So we'll just go and have a look and I'll explain what I'm going to do. So I did put these doors together, I think in the last video, or the one before, I can't remember. But I had to make little risers because this is not the original outside of the camper that I originally had. I had much thinner plywood up. So I made these little risers to make the hinges flush with the doors, and now I've decided to actually get the same thickness of plywood and make another skin that's going to go on that door, and make it the same thickness as the rest of the camper, and then it should be much better, because that just looks silly in my opinion. Well, I did already do one of the doors, and here it is glued together, screwed together, and it's sort of just drying here in the sun. Should probably put it up on top and out of the way. So they can dry in the sun. So yeah, that's the thickness we're going to end up with for the door. Nice and solid. And the method I pretty much used was to screw it to the other timber, cut it with a jigsaw, and then hit it with the router just to trim it up. So we're going to do that again with this one. Now, having already done one should make this process a whole lot easier. I hope. I'm not sure if this is the best method to use, or I'm just too lazy to get out the other saw, but I think at the end it's going to be the same result. So that's good. Now I can come and work in the shade. So what happened last time is I left the four corners screwed in like this, and then I routed around the outside and took the door handle out. Then I pulled it apart and glued it and put it back together, and then screwed it down. And I think it's a bit of double handling. So what I'm going to do actually is glue it and screw it down, and then use the router, and I'll keep the screws away from the edge, and that way I don't have to keep taking screws out, because the last time I did it actually took a long time. So this is probably going to be the easier way to do it, is just glue it all together first, screw it down, and then route it out. So let's get that done. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to keep the outside as the outside skin. Just in case on the other side I have to like cut in some channels for weather stripping or something like that. The extra thickness on the door is going to allow me to do so much more, and that's why I'm doing it. I could have lived with a skinnier door, would have been fine. But oh god, these doors are going to be heavy, really heavy. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. short. Which way is it going to go on eventually? Was it that way? Right. Just so I know. How much is not enough is what I want to know. That seems like too much. That's lots and lots of glue. Apparently tight bond 3 is the way to go because it takes longer to go off and you get a bit more playtime. Apparently. I couldn't tell you the difference. It's my first time using it. And yeah, I probably should be clamping this and putting something heavy on it and letting it dry, but this is what I'm doing. I wonder if that's enough. Just like that. And one more to go, which is the inside of the door handle, for which I do have to start with a drill hole. Which does seem to be big. I dare say this is this bit's going to be blunt now by the way it's performing. See if I can start the sub bolts in there. Whoops. Nah, still got all my fingers. Try again. They get bent. Oh, I just bent that bit. Bugger. It's so bent I can't even get it out. Oh yeah. Alrighty. A little bit of ow! So I was just wiping off all the sawdust here and completely forgot that there's all these screws poking up through the wood. So yeah, it took a bit of a chunk out of my finger. That ain't good. It's going to take a while to heal. Maybe I'll just put some glue on it. But yeah, I'm just going to flip it over and get a screw in each corner and maybe one where the door handle goes, just to keep that all stuck together, and we'll let that dry and deal with it later. Well, at least I don't have to wear a bright blue band-aid like I used to have to in the butcher shop, and found the brush too. A bit late, but okay. Yeah, so while I'm waiting for the glue to dry on the doors, these panels down here near the wheels are supposed to have a little 45-degree angle on them, come across and 45-degree angle back down. It's not going to be like much, but it's just going to be that little bit. And the bottom of here is not flush with the actual underside of the wooden frame. So I'm going to take that panel off there, try and put these little wedgie things in, which I can use as a router template once they're in. Put the wood back on, use the router right across and get that into shape. And then I can come back and start sanding down all the edges, make all these seams flat, and then we can get ready for sanding the whole thing and ready for covering. Yep. Now this is just decorative, but they don't fit quite well. I'm gonna have to get the saw out. Nope. It's a bad idea. Well, I was in Bunnings the other day and they put that announcement over the PA and it's like, ladies and gentlemen, in 15 minutes the store's going to close. And I panicked and I bought a new tool because I didn't want to miss out. One of the multi-tools, let's give it a go. See if this will actually cut wood with this thing. It says metal on it, I got the wrong one. I'll get the proper one and we'll be back. Oh, this one says wood and plastic, let's have a go. Well, that worked. These are not permanent, by the way. These are just placeholders to get the shape. And then they come on out. Because I don't think I'm going to need them. They're going to be covered in black aluminium checker plate. So, yeah, they're just there to get shape. And there you go. It's not much, but it's just going to give it that little bit of character, you know. That's my opinion anyway. And yeah, black aluminium is just going to hang just off the bottom of that to make like a drip rail. So any moisture that comes down the camper will get there and will get soaked back up into the wood. Should just drip off. That's the idea anyway. All right, rinse and repeat for this side. And let's glue these guys on. We're getting close. Out of nowhere inside, I actually did find this old Jayco corded sander. And I was actually thinking about buying a cordless one originally. And now I'm glad I didn't, because I can see there's going to be a lot of sanding involved. I'll show you what I've done. I'll show you what I've done now and what we're going to be doing in the future for like the next 8 months. So you can probably see here on the seam where the colours changed. That's where I've actually had a bit of a sand. And when it all turns the same colour on both sides of that crack, I'll know I'm in the right spot. You probably can't see because of all the shadows and stuff. How about that? You should be able to see that one. So that's pretty uniform there. And then up here, just up here, about there, yeah, you should maybe be able to see there's colour change. And if I can get them both to sort of that white colour, I know I'm pretty close. So I'm going to just keep doing that. I mean, it's getting there. I thought 80 grit would be more aggressive, but it's taking a while. Maybe I just don't know how to use the sander properly. What's the method for using one of these sanders anyway? Am I supposed to be going up and down really fast, or am I just slowly in one place? Swirls, up and down, left and right. Leave a comment below and help me out a bit, please. But it is getting there, slowly. Much better than it was anyway. Not to put too fine a point on it, but listen to this. Oh my God. That's solid. That was well worth doing. Well, I did get quite a bit done today, even if it doesn't seem like it. I did get the doors to the right thickness. I got them back on the camper at the moment, and they shut really well. That one shuts really good. The other one's a bit sticky, but that's not to be expected. Problem with the doors though is they're not glued together and they're not painted and they're not finished. So they're probably gonna have to come apart again. And the more I take them apart and put them back together, the worse they're gonna get. So I need to stop doing that. I need to just get them finished somehow. I need to do all the sanding of all the seams to make them flat. And I also need to fill in any holes with wood putty, which I might actually do if there's daylight after I've finished packing up. Might do a few holes with the wood putty because I've never used that before. So I don't know how that's going to happen. But I was actually thinking when I come back next time is to do the tailgate and brace it in more, get it all level, get it in poor man's fiberglass, and then get it painted as well. And if I can do that and I'm happy with the results, I know I'm going to be happy with the rest of the camper. And if I mess it up, there's one skin on one door that I have to worry about, and it's only like thin material, and I can get another bunch of that. That's no problem. I need to get some for the inside anyway. So that's where I think I might leave it for today. So I didn't really get much done, just more of the same. I'm sure there's going to be 8 videos of sanding coming up soon. So yeah, if you want to hang around for that, maybe subscribe so you get notified when I'm going to be sanding next. Awesome. Anyway, thanks for hanging around. See you next time.